everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to do a Knit With Me story time. And today's Knit With Me story time is going to be the story about how I was drinking water one time and I sneezed in my water and it splashed all over my face, making my friend laugh. Excuse me, that was my tablet. And anyway, so this is a story about how we were walking to school one day. I suddenly had an urge to sneeze and I didn't take my water bottle away from my mouth in time, and I sneezed right in my water and it splashed all over my face and my friend started laughing. And then I sneezed again, and then this time I had another spit take. So this is kind of like the sequel to my random spit take on the way to school story. And if you didn't see that, I will link that video in the description box down below if you haven't seen it. So you definitely should check that one out first. This one is the sequel. So if you would like to see it, then go down below and you'll find the link. So I'm going to get started and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So this all started about 12 years ago. I was a sophomore in high school. I went to my friend's house. I brought a bottle of water with me so then I could refill it throughout the day without having to go back and forth to the water fountain to go get water. No, the drinking fountain, excuse me, not water fountain. Why did I say water fountain? Oh, well, anyway, let's just forget about it. Anyway, so I refilled a water bottle so then I wouldn't have to keep getting up back and forth and leaving class to go get water from the water fountain at school. So I walked to my friend's house and he's all ready to go. He had his backpack ready and everything, and then we leave and then we walk to school. And then on the way to school, I suddenly have this weird urge to sneeze. And I'm trying to drink my water and I'm really, really thirsty. And for some strange reason, I couldn't hold my sneeze in anymore. So I suddenly start looking at the sun for a second to help me sneeze because I couldn't get the sneeze out of me. A good trick is if you can't sneeze, you should always look at the light. And for some weird reason, the bright light helps you sneeze. I don't know. I learned that from my mom. And so I suddenly look up at the sun and then I start sneezing. And I sneeze right in my water and it splashes all over my face. And my friend notices this and he starts cracking up because he finds it hilarious. And I was like, what? He goes, you got water all over your face. And I'm like, oh, and I don't really realize this until he told me, but I could tell that because my face was really wet. And I suddenly start to have an urge to sneeze again. I don't know why I was sneezing so much, and I have water in my mouth, and suddenly I do a big sneeze and a whole bunch of water splashes straight out of my mouth, and my friend and I both start cracking up because we both find it hilarious because we just did not expect me to sneeze a whole bunch of water out of my mouth. I hate when I sneeze and food drips out of my mouth because that's really gross. But if it's water, it's really not that big of a deal for me. But it's just I get embarrassed when I sneeze when I have food in my mouth. So I sneezed and all that water just shot out of my mouth and we start cracking up and we find it hilarious. So we start laughing and we just can't stop laughing because we just did not expect me to sneeze a whole bunch of water out of my mouth. But at the same time, we try to focus on crossing the street because we don't want to accidentally get ourselves hit by a car, despite the fact we're having so much fun laughing about my random sneeze, spit take, whatever I call it. And we get to school while laughing, and we show up and our friends are looking at us noticing us cracking up, and they were like, what are you guys laughing about? And my friend and I were both like, we had a random spit take on the way to school school, and I sneezed a whole bunch of water out of my mouth and blah, 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 blah. And we tell them the whole story, and they suddenly start laughing, and they find it so funny too. And we all just crack up about it, and we just can't stop laughing because we just find it hilarious, and we just talk about it and everything. And then my friend says, maybe you shouldn't be drinking water while maybe if you have to sneeze, make sure you don't have any water in your mouth. And I said, that's probably a good idea. And we just laugh and hang out until the bell rings, and then we all head off to class. And I still kind of laugh about it because I just think it's just so funny because I just didn't expect to sneeze with a whole bunch of water in my mouth. So the moral of the story is be careful when you're drinking water if you have an urge to sneeze, because you'll end up accidentally spitting it out of your mouth, or I'll probably spit it all over your face while drinking it, which definitely happened to me. And also I did accidentally spit water in my mouth when I sneezed, and it was kind of funny, but we just didn't expect it to happen. So just be careful when you're drinking water, but it can be quite funny because it'll seem like a real life spit take. It happens, but sometimes you just got to be careful when you're eating or drinking and you have an urge to sneeze. So that was a funny story about how my random spit take on the way to school. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you didn't see the first video, I will link it down below if you didn't see. So this is random spit take number 2. I'm correcting myself because I accidentally said random spit take on the way to school when I meant to say random spit take on the way to school too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.